Oh no, where's Danny?
Hello,
We lost Danny.
Danny. We did lose Danny. Oh my God, we lost him.
He disappeared. He got
The Phantom.
raptured.
Yep.
Hey
No, it's
guys,
Danny
I guess you
Phantom.
could say there's some dead meat in this podcast.
Yeah, I guess
We're not
so.
dead meat.
Guess so. Welcome everybody to another Howling Hour. We were a team of four.
Down.
We are now a team of four once
There
again
he
because
is.
Danny is back with us. Interesting way to intro, and
Did anybody
a
catch
very
my
interesting
sick
way to
Danny
dive into
Phantom
things.
reference?
Shut up.
All right, so let's say hello to some people. So we got RJ with us. He's down to talk some Scream.
Hello,
We
RJ.
have King Matthew
Hell yeah,
dropping
RJ.
some theories. We have King Matthew dropping some theories about an hour and a half ago. So we'll probably get to some of those things. But welcome everybody. Marcus is dealing with some red carpet movie stuff, and so it's the four of us, and we're going to dive into ranking the unalive moments from the 1996 Scream. CJ
Hello,
just popped
CG.
in.
Hello, CG. How are you?
What's going
CG.
on? We're going to do something a little bit different this time. Before we get to news and for rankings, we have the drinking game rules. So, the drinking game rules will flash us on at a couple points throughout the game. So, when someone changes their ranking mid discussion, take a sip when a disagreement breaks out over a ranking placement. Take a sip when someone forgets a character in a film or hasn't seen the film. Take a sip when a character is referred to by the actor's real name instead of the film name. And then also when somebody gets so frustrated they stand up or leave the frame. That's our drinking rules for this.
Oh boy.
Yep. Scott Walker just popped in. Hey boys, how you doing this week? I got several things to discuss with you today about Scream 7 and other stuff. Well, Scott, you're gonna segue us over to some
Scotty
Scream
doesn't
7
know.
News.
Oh my God, we're only going over
So many references today. I love this episode. It's already off with a bang.
Yep. We are yeah, so I gotta say, thank God we don't drink to Scream News, or we would not make it to rankings ever.
Well, yeah, but
So,
if one of us
week-
walks out,
yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna walk out.
week-
You know this.
Yeah. Matthew Lillard has shared his fear about his return to Scream 7.
Oh
And
boy.
it's the same thing that we've all been talking about. So I'm going to scroll down. His first comment was, I will say, I can't say anything about it, obviously, but I'm very excited and slightly terrified to be back because all I can do is really screw up a legacy that we have. So before we go to the next comment, let's go right to Dan and get Danny's reaction on this.
Dude, we called it. We called it so much that Matthew Lillard is like, I don't know, man. That boy must have just signed on and just got the script.
he just read it that day. Like he just got the script said that day. He's like, it can't be that. Oh shit.
Dude, he probably was just like, yeah, I'll do it. Now all of a sudden he just received that script and he's like, oh no, what have I done? He's gonna be like the Anakin Skywalker. What have I done? It's terrible.
It's
terrible, people. Terrible.
We're gonna have our Obi-Wan moment in the theater. You were the chosen one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Boy.
All of us are. You were the chosen one.
Real quick before we get to the next comment, Pretty
boy.
Kitty says, hey. Hey, how's
Hello,
it going?
PK.
Hello, Pretty Kitty. Hello.
How's it hanging? I assume not at all.
All right.
I
I'm
hate
just
that
going to
you
go
said
right to that
that.
next comment. So.
Yep. I was say, alrighty then. About that.
Yep.
All
right. So Matthew Lillard continues by saying, I could really suck, and that's my fear. My fear is that I can come back and sort of punish something that I could never have touched and been just fine. I hope I don't fuck it up for everyone.
Oh, Matthew. Oh, Matthew.
What?
You
Matt
could
Daddy.
never fuck it
Oh
up.
my God, dude. What are we doing?
I'm thinking, honestly, I'm thinking now that it's we're not going the New Nightmare route. We're going the AI route, and Matthew Lillard or Stu Macher is behind the whole AI scheme. because that would be absolute dog shit. So that's where I'm thinking it's going. He's been in prison. He's learned how to use AI from prison, and now he's out, and now he's gonna effectively use AI. Or
Ballers.
like CG is saying, he could be the killer or a victim. Can you imagine if he is the victim in this movie, or like we talked about
Can't
last
victimize
week,
Stu.
where he's brought in to help Sydney track down the new Ghostface?
Bro, I can't. We don't need a Hannibal Lecter Stu Macher, bro. We don't need that.
Hello, Sydney.
Oh, for real. Hello.
Oh my!
Hiya, Sid.
Hello,
Like that's we see him again. Hiya, Sid. Like he's just playing
Hello.
checkers with someone else in the loony bin.
Dude, I
Hi,
can't. I
Sid.
fucking can't with this. To be honest.
Like he's gonna be like a Looney Tune character that helps her along in these antics for justice. Like I'm trying to
Can't do
stay
it.
calm and like I want to, because we started this podcast off so well, and I
We
like
did.
I'm already feeling it, and I don't want to get angry before we even like officially start. You see the veins like they're coming out because I'm thinking about how so fucking stupid this is.
All right. Well, here I'll help you. Scott will help you a little bit. So he, I mean, Matthew Little was in an interview, and there was a set photo of him with blood on his hands. Does this give us a clue that he is the killer in Scream 7 or no?
It could also be like what if it's a flashback, right? And he killed other people that we didn't know about, and like they're gonna do those. Next, we're gonna get flashbacks and CG and the fucking AI shit.
Dude, it could be my greatest fear that I told you, that he kills Sydney. Remember, you can't have Scream without Sydney. This is Sydney's thing. Like, if you end Scream like how we said it before, if you ended her story and didn't bring her back, and you started with other people, cool, right? But like, if you're gonna keep Sydney, this is her thing. You can't kill her off. And if, like Scotty says, his hands full of blood, and then he kills Sydney, that's the only way you could really ruin the legacy. That was wild to me.
You know,
or if he kills Gail, fuck yeah, dude.
I just an audible woo. Wait, we got a pulse.
Oh,
if money's coming to this franchise, Gail Weathers will be there.
You know,
write another book.
As many times as I've gone through the franchise for all of the popcorn theories, I never kind of picked up on this, and King Matthew kind of pointed it out. I mean, Sydney never confirmed in 2 that she killed Stu. All she says is, I fucking killed Billy Loomis, so maybe Stu did survive. Now I have to go watch the whole damn thing again just to see if that line is actually missing from it.
That might be true. I mean, you could also just watch the ending. It is the ending. You don't have to watch the whole movie again.
But to be fair, in all the scripts, everyone gave Billy his accolades. No one gave Stu his accolades. Mm-hmm. Not one person. So that could be intentional, but it also couldn't be intentional, right? Because then it could just possibly be that no one cares about Stu. That everything's Billy. Mm. I mean, even when Roman came in the third one, remember? It was all about Billy. He's like, I was the one that told him to do it. Right? I mean.
Yep. I will say this. So I am going to explore that based off of our discussions from our last episode with our viewers and in the chat itself. So the next popcorn theory is going to be about there being 4 Ghostface in Scream 5 and some of the motives behind one of them being connected to Stu. So stay tuned for that. That'll be out the second Monday of the month. So I just got to film that. But it's time to go ahead and dive into our rankings for the Unalive moments for the 1996 Scream. And before we do that, just going to post this up on the screen again, just in case you missed it. This is the drinking rules for the game. If someone changes their ranking mid-discussion, you are to take a sip. If there is a disagreement that breaks out over the ranking placement, there is a sip to be taken. If someone forgets a character in the film or hasn't seen the film, that is warrants for a sip. If a character is referred to by the actor's real name instead of their film name, take a sip. And if somebody gets so frustrated that they stand up or leave frame, take a sip. So that is going to be the rules. And some of these are going to probably play out quite a bit.
I'm already ready because I know we're all taking a sip.
Thank God it's not for the news, right? So let's go ahead and let's take a look here at our rankings. So, Mr. Danny, we're going to start off with the first unaliving moment of the film. Stephen Orfs, where are we dropping it?
Damn, that's a really good one. So if I can remember the scene correctly, I'll put it almost iconic.
Okay.
I think almost, because that was like, I'm going off of this. So when Scream first came out, right? Scream was almost like an indie film, guys. They used Drew Barrymore for her image and stuff like that to attract people because they thought it was going to be a Drew Barrymore movie, but it wasn't, right? It was a totally unknown cast, the whole nine, and it played out very, very well for them doing this way. And to have the first kill as brutal as that in the beginning, like right in the beginning, and have guts hanging out and stuff like that, it was pretty damn good. I wouldn't say it's like perfect, but it was definitely like a grabber to, oh shit's getting real, you know? And also it goes to show you the horror in the 90s and also even the 80s and stuff like that when we first started getting into that gore per se, you know? This was really well done. So yeah, I'm almost iconic.
All right, I can see that. I can see that. No, what do you got? Almost iconic. I'll pull the categories back up for this. So our categories for this is iconic, almost iconic, controversial, meh, and fucking trash. So
So I would also have to agree and say almost iconic as well, because it is a brutal scene, but that entire opening scene is very brutal, and we're experiencing it through Casey's eyes throughout the entire scene. So like we're experiencing us watching her turn off the lights and play for her boyfriend's survival and stuff like that. Him getting gutted, that's crazy. That's wild. But it also does get outshined by what we consider to be the most iconic kill in this movie and probably this franchise. So which we're coming up with next. So that's why I would probably put it almost iconic as well. It is great. Right. It is like.
Yep. All right, Lukas, how about you?
I'd put it at iconic. They not only was it like first time I'd ever seen like that kind of, I guess, unalive moment, but they also referenced it in 4 with Charlie. And what was it? It was Charlie and Kirby, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And like it's a trope that they can now use as a callback to the original movie, which is nice, and it's fun that it in turn became sort of its own trope. So that's where I would put it at iconic for that.
Yeah, you make some really good points there with it possibly being iconic because, like you said, there's callbacks to it. So yeah, that's interesting. Before
there's only reason.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. CG, iconic. We didn't see it coming. Set the tone of this classic movie we're about to watch, and a lot of people did parodies of it. Yeah, I agree with you guys, but like Noah said, I'm glad that me and Noah are on the same wavelength. There's something in this movie that overshadows that moment, and to me personally, and I'll explain why. Okay.
Yep. So I am going with almost iconic too, just for those reasons, right? Because let's think about our tiers, right? Like when we're doing the final girls and when we're ranking the best women characters in the Scream franchise, right? We have that top tier, and it's very hard to break into that top tier. So like this is very close. Like this is really probably why this tier is called almost iconic, because it's just there. It's right there. But as we know, and Noah, we're going to kick it off because you kind of teased it already, right? We're going with Casey Becker right next. And I know you mentioned that it's going to be iconic, so go ahead and talk about it.
Did you also say almost iconic?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, this has to be iconic because, like, even though it's not the first kill in the movie, there is something significant about this entire buildup because it's you get the first few phone calls where she's kind of flirting, and then there's a shift, and you immediately sense it, and Drew Barrymore played this scene very well. And then when she she's finally being killed, and then her mom's on the phone listening to it happen, and she's like calling out to her as well, and you can hear it happening. And then the father knowing what happened after he hears the line cut, and he tells her to go elsewhere so she doesn't have to see it, and then she's the one who sees it. It's like, oh my god. So there's reasons why that scene hits hard for, like, you know, the mom seeing it specifically. I'm not gonna get into it because it's funny, but yeah, that scene is it's a really heavy scene. It's a really heavy scene for an ultimately very funny horror movie. Because like even in like the end scene when when Randy's like running up and he gets hit by Sydney, that's hilarious. The banter with Randy and Stu at the end when like you don't know which one of them might be a killer, also very funny. This movie is very funny, but that scene is crazy. So that, yeah, iconic, and that, yeah.
All right, so before we get to Lucas, I'm going to agree with you on the iconic, and the reason why I wanted to jump in real quick is because King Matthew also references Steve as an iconic kill or unaliving moment in the movie. Now, here's Noah hit on it perfectly, and here's why my decision to have that one at almost iconic versus we have Casey at iconic is because of the build up to it, right? We didn't see any of the build up with Steve being in the chair. He's just in the chair and it happens, right? So maybe if we had a little bit more story that played out going into that, more build up going into it, I would elevate it up to almost iconic for that one. But go ahead, Lucas. Where do you have Miss Casey Becker?
I think we all pretty much have her at the same place. This is like the kill of or the unalive of the movie. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna say off. I'm gonna say this is the off of the movie because it was just like it was everything it needed to be. And like Noah said, Drew Barrymore played it very well. The Scream, the guy who was in the Ghostface suit, also like with the physicality of it, played it very well. It looked like a teenager was trying to off another teenager, basically, and that's how it all played out. But it was also still very brutal.
Yep.
And it just yeah, and with the parents and everything, it was just peak.
It was such a heartbreaking scene.
Mr. Lee Waddell was the man under the mask. He's been on our channel a few times. Danny, so I think it's going to be a clean sweep, right?
Yeah, it's a clean sweep. And just like what everyone says, but I'm going to add some things to it. Number one, the build-up with Casey, the whole what's your favorite scary movie, that is the epitome and the core of every single Scream movie. Every single one. So it doesn't matter if the jacket was referenced in 6. It doesn't matter if they referenced it in 4. Every single Scream movie, that was the formula of Scream, right? And especially with that first kill. Or unalive moment, excuse me. Sorry. Damn it, demonetization! Right? But the deal is, though, is that what makes it even more iconic is the things I was saying before. Drew Barrymore at this time is in the peak of her career. She's in this movie. They used her for promotionals and all this other jazz. So everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's in this horror movie. She's going to survive. And you kill her off. Unalive her in the very first scene. In the very first scene of the movie, you unalive her. And so now when you do that, the audience has no choice but to watch the rest of the movie. Right? So now you're like, oh man, and it did so well with the cast that they put in this movie. That's why not only for story-wise, not only for build-up, not only for all the stuff that we have mentioned, yes, but it's also the sweet thought process of, hey, we need a high person that is a A-list actor in this film, who's the top of the top right now, a female actress. And let's go ahead and bring them in and just unalive them in the first scene. Dude, could you imagine if they did that in Terrifier or anything else? Like they get someone like Gal Gadot or something like that. I don't know. Like someone that was like super peak. And we're like, oh, hell yeah. And all of a sudden, first scene. Wild. It's just wild.
Yep. Yep. All right. So we got CG. I agree, Danny, for sure. This was the beginning of what made this franchise.
Yep.
Now, also here, King Matthews got in there. Drew Barrymore was also originally going to play Sydney because Nev didn't want to join, but Nev eventually did, and Drew decided she wanted to be the opening kill. Now, before we get on to Principal Hembry, King Matthew has, I still think Randy and Stu, unalive Casey and Steve, cause Billy wouldn't have had time to do the unaliving, and then to get to Sydney's house without being caught in the costume. So I think it was Billy didn't do the unaliving.
Oh, I can see
Thoughts
that.
on that
Maybe.
theory?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know, man. I think the it could possibly be, but after seeing everything from all the sequels canon wise, it wasn't Randy. You know what I mean? When you follow the canon story and stuff like that, it wouldn't be him. However, though, I do want to know if both Billy and Stu was there or just Billy or Stu, right? And on top of that, who was the one? Because remember, she pulls off the mask right in the beginning of the movie. They don't show the face. So who was it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the real thought process for me, is that I don't think Randy did it at all. However, was it just Billy? Was it just Stu? Or was it both of them at that scene?
Or
Both
was
of
it
them.
Christina? Was it Christina helping Billy?
Oh, could possibly be.
Right,
We
right.
never
Could-
know. We would never
Could be
know.
Christine. Because Stu had an alibi. He was with Tatum. So he had an alibi, and the great point with Billy getting out of the costume. So I always tend to believe that these opening unalive moments in Scream, there is two Ghostface that are always present, because there's one on the phone to distract while the other one hunts. Because how many times have
Yeah.
we seen that the voice is too close to tip off that person? And so it has to mean that there's somebody else out there.
Well,
And
maybe.
also,
All right.
what's the distance between Casey Becker's house and Sidney Prescott's house for him to hike it on foot?
Yeah, we don't know that. Yep, we don't know that.
It was Sydney's mom. She's not dead.
Sidney's
God.
mom.
Gross.
All right, so that brings us to Principal Himbry. So he was.
Let me just say,
the classic. Yes, you start us. Lukas.
Iconic.
What?
It's the Fonz. It's the Fonz.
Oh, there's the first drink.
Arthur
I don't agree with
Fonzarelli.
that shit.
Not at all, bro.
That's crazy.
Not at all, my
You
You know,
dude.
for old heads, you guys are pretty narrow-minded.
You're gonna see why we're fucking putting you in place right now, dude. You're gonna see it in like 2 seconds.
You're getting excited. You're putting an iconic kill in because you like him from a different thing.
Yeah, because it's
He's
Arthur
taken
goddamn
everything that
Fonzarelli.
Danny has said. He's taken everything that Danny has said about Drew Barrymore and says, like, well, the Fonz was just as important as Drew Barrymore, even though he wasn't relevant for 20 years.
It was
Explain
the Fonz.
yourself, son.
It was the Fonz. That's it.
That's your
That's
only
it.
reason.
I'm allowed to have my rankings.
Throw him
You
in
guys
jail,
are allowed to
Dave.
Have yours.
Put him in jail.
What the?
All
Take
right.
2 shots for that.
You're in timeout, motherfucker.
Look at this. And he put himself in jail. He knocked himself off the camera with that one, too.
I'm actually
His
not
internet
sure
just
what happened
crashes.
there.
His internet,
Oh,
his,
gosh,
even your
I
internet
can't believe
disagrees
it.
with your
Put me in
answer.
jail
Yeah.
all you want, but none of you, including me, could ever be as cool as the Fonz.
Okay, Jack
Fonz
Nicholson
really
on your Jack
The
Nicholson
Fonz
impression right there.
wasn't cool. He thought he was cool. That's the thing.
No,
Just like Johnny's
your
Bravo, he
internet
thought he was
was
good with the
pissed off
ladies,
at
but he
you.
wasn't actually good with the ladies.
Because he is.
Jesus.
Your internet wanted us to drink for this one, too. That's why I knocked
For
you off.
real.
That's how wrong you are.
I took one.
Your
for
internet
fun.
got drunk listening to your statement.
So, look. So, right now, because I would have it at meh, it's going to fall into controversial right now. But
Well, he does have a
I can't
controversial
say
opinion.
iconic. Yeah, it is a controversial opinion right now, so it fits. But like
Yeah.
iconic, not even almost iconic. Like the scene was really good, but and it was comical. No, so like you were talking about, it was a very comical scene and how it was laid out and stuff like that. But we didn't get to see the best part of it. The best part of it happened at the freaking
flag post.
party. The flag post. That was the best
Dude,
part.
could you
That
ma-
would have.
I see. You know what I want from that scene? I want just the janitor, like Wes Craven's janitor guy, cleaning, like sweeping up the outside, and he just sees Ghostface like stringing him up. He looks, just waves, and then just keeps going, and that's it.
What
Like
is this,
that's what I
Scary
want
Movie?
from that scene. Yeah,
What is this,
basically,
Scary Movie?
like that's all I want. I think that would sell the
my
entire scene,
God.
and that would make it iconic for me. You want an iconic?
It's funny that you
have that
bring Scary
stupid
Movie
moment.
up because I actually for the longest time after watching the original Scream movie, I thought that scene where Sir Arthur Fonzarelli gets, offed.
Unalive.
I thought that was in
Not-
in Scary Movie. I didn't think that was in the actual Scream movie for the longest time. And then I watched Scary Movie again, and it's a different guy playing the principal, and it's just weird.
Alrighty.
Yeah. CG agrees with me. He hasn't met meh. But Danny, go ahead. Where you got it at?
Dude, it's meh. First off,
Alright.
let me tell you this. First off, you're right, Lucas. You bring the Fonz in this movie, and he doesn't do diddly squat.
He
So
threatens
talk about a
kids.
slap in the dude, no, but still, it's a slap in the face that is like, all right, the Fonzie, he hasn't been in a lot of things lately. Let's go, let's put him back. Doesn't do anything, and his kill literally was just deet, deet, deet. And if you look at the scene again, there's no holes in the shirt, by the way. Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing,
Yeah,
dude. And I was
Because we got him right between the buttons, right in the
Dude,
right in the little openings.
I
You
will
know
will
that
take a
he's precise
screenshot.
aiming.
Listen, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this
he got stabbed
after my
several times.
explanation.
What are you talking about?
I will take the screenshot, and he got stabbed several times, and his shirt is perfectly intact.
Both
just
of his
blood
movies got
spots.
stabbed.
Because the Fonz got to stay pressed.
Oh my
you know
god!
that.
Oh my god! The best part of that scene, to be honest, the
Don't
best
mess
part
up
of the
my
scene
shirt. Ah.
was the Ghostface reflection in his eyeball. That was the only good thing about that damn scene. Other than that, I was like, oh, okay. It's nothing. It's nothing good about it.
Well, Lucas will be happy about this. Inside the closet is the Fonz's jacket.
Yep.
It's hanging up in the closet as an Easter egg. So,
Oh boy.
all right. So,
Best
Noah,
part of the movie.
oh my god, Noah,
Oh my god.
where you got it at?
I can't with you, bro.
Meh.
All
It
right.
It
was- yeah,
is.
it was
That's
fine.
because
Like-
it is.
It really wasn't anything spectacular for this film, and I don't care about the Fonz. So like his relation to being Fonzie, don't give a shit. Or the Fonz. So that's fine. Whatever.
It would have been better if he jumped over the shark. Right, Dave?
He got stabbed.
Yep.
Like he got stabbed.
All right, so let's see. King Matthew has Principal Himbery, in my opinion, was the most justified unaliving cause he was a creep in the scene where we meet Dewey, and even Dewey gets protective of Sydney in that scene. Good point. Yeah.
Come
he
up with
was.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
the job of
true.
calling him
That's
the
true,
Fonz
but
instead of Principal Himbery.
listen, I'm not saying it's not justified, but what I'm saying is that for a character like that I totally agree with you, that's a creep, he should have got it way worse. There was a lot of other people that got it way worse than he did. He got off easy.
Yep.
Maybe because he was old. I don't know.
Yep.
Don't break a hip, old man
CG.
River.
CG's got the Fonz was better in The Waterboy and Barry.
Yes, he
in
was.
Scream. So, yep. There we go.
Yes, he was.
Alrighty. Wow. I thought we were going to get through this one without a drink. I really thought we were going to get through this one without a drink. So that brings us to Tatum. Tatum is going into iconic. The whole build up to that scene, running through the garage door that she could technically fit through. My only
Yeah, I think that's
gripe
funny
with
that
this
she actually
entire
could fit
scene-
through it.
Yeah, my
She
only
didn't,
gripe-
but no, she couldn't, dude. No, she couldn't.
No, in real life they said that she could actually fit through the door.
Yeah.
Dude,
In
how
real
did
life,
those?
she could
Never
fit through the
mind.
doggy door.
I'm not gonna say it. There's certain things that I don't think could have actually fit through that, but that's fine. It's
Well,
fine.
that
We're good.
would be her hip, because if we watch the scene back, the top portion of her gets through it, and this is where my gripe comes in with that scene, because she
Her
makes
shoulder,
it.
her other shoulder didn't
You're
get out.
right.
Yeah, but why would
No,
you?
dude,
Why would you
dude.
go in that way? Why would you
No.
even go in that way?
No,
That was
look
the
at
thing.
it. Look at the picture. Her shoulder.
I'm gonna pull
up the
her
picture.
upper torso's through it. She
No,
is through
only
it.
In
one
real
shoulder.
life,
Her other
in-
shoulder. Her other shoulder is
No,
not
dude,
in it.
It's right there on the screen. It's right there
Yeah, you
on the
can
screen.
see both shoulders.
Nope.
you can see
All right,
both
I got
shoulders.
you right here. I
Dude,
got
I
you
think
right
this,
here. Hold on.
I think this counts
Hold
as a
on.
disagreement. Just saying.
Hold
Yes,
on.
it does.
Yep, it does. All right, I'm gonna pull
Oh,
up the
boy.
damn scene now. You guys are. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too, there, buddy. Look at this
It's
one.
right there. It's
Oh,
right
no!
there.
Fuck.
Nope. I'm gonna show you.
No, what do you mean? Don't give me none of this.
I'm gonna show you. All right. Okay. I'm gonna show you.
Oh my god!
You could agree with me or you could be wrong. One of the two.
You're gonna show me the after.
No,
That's
I'm
my
not.
gripe. That's my whole gripe. Is she made it through, and then when she gets unalive, she's not through anymore.
Hold on.
I was just saying that the
Where's my
like
screen? Where's my
the-
screen share? Hold on.
Look at that. Yeah. Oh my god. The
Nope,
continuity's
not
bad.
just talking about that. The continuity is bad.
The continuity's bad. Who was checking
Oh
that?
my
I was
God.
just I was just saying that the real life actress.
Hold on, I
actually
gotta pop
could
open
fit
another
through.
beer.
She went through the door. She was actually able. She tried it and she was able to fit through the door.
That's
Come
because they
on,
made it
Danny,
big
get
enough for her, though.
I think what
How do
they-
I share my
just
screen on
read
this
the
thing?
Pull up that picture again, actually.
How do I
don't know,
share
are
my
you-
screen on
you
this thing?
logged in
Because
as
I
admin?
could possibly.
I
share
think
screen.
I'm as my admin. Yeah, I think so.
Well, it should be.
It's falling
share at the
apart,
bottom.
guys.
Oh, here it is. Hold on. I got it.
Do we
I
take
got
a
it, I
shot
got
to the end?
it. Yeah, there you go. Allow them to see this entire screen. All right, here we go. We're gonna do screen 1. We'll do that because I have 2 screens up. All right, here we go. Do you see this right here? She
No,
can't
I
fit
see
through
that.
the door
Yes, she can.
That's her arm.
because she's been shaking like I can't make it. But like Dave said, continuity error because on the flip side, this arm is through and it's the other arm that's not through.
Yes. And
So great.
if we get a measuring tape for this exact scene, if we get a measuring tape, her ass is fitting through that door.
All right, hold on. This is what I was
Yeah.
talking about. Look at the Fonz. Hold on.
She
Look at the Fonz's shirt.
So Rose McGowan said she made it through that door.
Hold on. Look at the Fonz's shirt where he look. No, where are the holes? Look at this. Where are the holes? There's no holes on his shirt. No holes.
Listen, it's a built tough shirt. It's a built tough shirt.
No, that's
Built
exactly
up?
literally.
It's
It's
ramped
built
up.
Whatever.
he stabbed
dude.
him. He stabbed him. The knife just
boy.
like
Oh
it's
my
like an
God.
elastic shirt. So it went as it went in. The shirt just went in with it instead of ripping.
Whatever,
it just
dude.
went in with it.
It's a magic shirt. It's a magic shirt, okay? You don't
was-
understand.
It was made.
No, but-
it was made out of.
magical.
It was made out of the shark that the Fonz jumped over.
So, but what you were saying for Tatum, fucking so like her shoulder was in there, but whenever they show her,
Oh, I didn't
you
take
know,
my shot yet. Hold on.
not alive corpse, like whenever they reveal that, it shows that like whenever they lifted the thing, her body basically like slightly fell out. That's why it looks like both shoulders weren't in. But she was in that, she was in that bitch. She was fully in
She
there.
was in. She was in. If we measure
don't know,
her
man.
her ass is getting through that door. And it was evidence in your
Rose
scene,
McGowan said
is
she
getting
could make it through the door. She said that she
All
could
I'm
make it through the door,
saying,
so it doesn't matter
That's
what
because
it
they
looks
made
like.
it
She
big.
can make
Well, here's the deal. But no,
you
that
think they
doesn't
built
count.
a garage door?
No, yeah, you can't. What do you think they do on sets, bro? None of that shit's real. I'm telling you, they build a doggy door enough for her to fit through, which they shouldn't have. What they should have done was get a real doggy door, and
You
that she
could have
could
had
have
a
been.
German Shepherd. He could have had a German Shepherd. We don't know.
Oh.
He could have had a German Shepherd.
Regardless of how the door was built, she could make it through. So
Listen,
what it
her
looks like is not
boobas didn't almost make it through, dude. Come on, bro. Come on.
they were through. They
Jesus.
were through.
All right,
Barely.
all right.
She had to
Fine.
squeeze them.
Let me also say, who the fuck
You heard
puts
the,
a
you heard the
doggy door
squeak
on a
toys. Look
garage?
at that.
Yeah, right.
Who the fuck puts a dog door in a garage?
Yeah, who put
Yeah,
a dog door in
Wait,
a garage?
What
I didn't think about
monsters are
that till
trapping
now.
their dogs in the garage, man?
Why not just open the garage door?
Oh, that's
How else
beautiful.
did you
I
get it
never
out?
even
Pretty much drink
I
right
can't
now, 'cause I need a
believe
shot just for funniness.
all these
house
years,
is
all
cool.
these years. Oh my god, that is hilarious. I never thought of that, Lucas. I have never thought. Who the fuck puts a doggy door on the garage?
It's like
That's how you
if
get
you wanna
critters.
the house
That's
up-
how you get critters in the garage, dude.
You know what
That's
this,
how you get
you know
critters
what
in the
this
garage.
garage needs? You know what this garage door needs? A fucking dog door.
Yep.
You know what this garage needs?
I
You know what
went
this
on
garage
the
needs?
raccoons.
Squirrels, and raccoons. That's what this garage
Yep.
needs. Mice, squirrels, and raccoons. This is what this garage needs.
There wasn't. I,
skunk in
I
there.
also didn't by chance. I didn't see a gate, so they just let the dog out whenever. He's just roaming California. It's fine.
Oh my
No,
god.
that's the other thing.
Give me-
Where the
give me
fuck
2
is the
seconds,
dog? Where is the
He's
dog
dead.
for this giant
He's
doggy
dead.
door?
He's dead. He's dead.
Is that confirmed?
Stu unalived him. He
when
unalived
did
him.
that
That
happen?
was
Is that
the
confirmed?
hidden Easter egg. That was the hidden Easter egg that was found like a year or two ago. Because on the whiteboard behind Stu it says, "Don't forget to feed the dog." So we never see the dog at the party. So Stu offed him.
Dude, he's Squidward. He's Squidward's Gary. He accidentally forgot to feed him. Jesus.
Meow. All right. While we wait for Danny to come back, no, where do you got this one at?
Fucking damn, man.
I will also put it at iconic, despite the
Okay.
fact that she could absolutely make it through the doggy door because the buildup was great. Tatum didn't even have to run. She was winning that fight.
hell no!
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh
so
my god.
We got two iconics. We're waiting for Danny to come back. Lucas, where do you got
I
this
don't
one
know.
at?
Once the assailant is on the ground, at what point do you not just start stabbing them with shit? That's my thinking.
Yep.
Like she went for and wait, how did the door lock?
I don't know.
I don't know. Still iconic.
Breathe,
because
Lucas.
She got messed up by that door. She got messed up by that door. So
I'm just,
And
I'll
then
put it at
nobody
iconic
at
for
the
that
party
reason.
notices it. Nobody at the
I
party
don't-
notices it afterwards. That's
They
the
were
big
on
thing.
something. There was like whatever they were enjoying in life. I mean, to be fair though, they got excited when they found out what happened to the principal. So they probably saw that on the way, like preview showing, and then they went to go see Principal Himbley on the flag pose.
Forget that. Like you have Gail and you have the cameraman outside. You have Kenny outside. How did they not see any of this going on?
Didn't Kenny
Like,
fall asleep
where is
though?
the garage? No, he didn't fall asleep.
I
He
have
was
no
just too
idea.
busy eating.
Well, the garage
No,
is pointing towards the front, I think, isn't it?
Kenny just wasn't paying attention to my knowledge.
I'm gonna pull up a picture here real quick. I'm gonna share it on screen while we're waiting for Danny to come back. But look, well, maybe, yeah. So if the van's right here, that looks like that's probably the garage right here. So probably on the other side, that would have been the garage. But this is where Dewey and Gail had started their walk. So you think they would have seen?
What kind
Well,
of
they were far
architecture
down.
hell is this
Yeah.
house made of? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
The
back.
garage-
Doggy
just-
door on the
like,
It's just
garage.
add-on after
Garage
add-on
that
after
is
add-on.
in
It's like the
back
Winchester
of the
house.
house.
I can't believe you
Yep.
put it as iconic. What the fuck?
What? Where do you got it at?
I got it at controversial, bro.
Oh my God! Why?
I have it at controversial,
There's
dude. Because
differences.
first off, look at all of us arguing over the dumb shit. Number one, number two. Yeah, hold up.
We're
Number
arguing
two-
over the funny shit. It's not dumb. It's funny.
Dude, no, it's dumb shit, dude. First off, again, Lucas, you are the one that actually made it even worse for me. Like, who the fuck puts a doggy door in the garage? Now I can't stop thinking about it. Now I'm like, wait, that's a really good fucking point. Fucking, next year is gonna be what?
You just
No, no,
ruined the
it's-
entire franchise
hold
for
on.
him.
It's gonna be 30 years next year, right? 30 years. It's gonna be 30 years next year, and not once have I thought about that dumb shit until now. Number two, the freaking
Another
again.
question,
She's
like,
crawling. It just
Rich
it doesn't
people
make
shit.
sense
It's rich
to me,
people shit.
dude. No, it doesn't
It's
make
rich people
sense to me. Listen, they made fun of it in Scary Movie for a reason. It was so fucking dumb.
Did they
Like
actually?
you have a knife. Yeah, they made fun of it in Scary Movie, the first one. You have a knife, and you're just watching her like. And then it explodes. Hold on. The freaking thing, the breaker pops on the light bulb, the whole nine, and not one person heard that shit in their garage. Not one.
Dude, they're
I
watching
don't know if they had,
Halloween.
like,
They're watching
didn't even
Halloween
have-
back when it was good.
Listen, if they had a house party,
that loud.
listen, if they had a house party when it was like, tush, 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 and everyone's like, fuck yeah! I can understand that. But everyone's sitting quietly, high as shit, and drinking like, yeah, Halloween, dude. Fuck yeah. Like, what?
It's perfectly lining up with the cinematics of the movie.
Dude, there's no way.
Whoa.
There's no way.
What, look
And
at the surround
then-
sound he's got, dude.
Dude, that's why I say it's controversial.
Listen,
I don't know about that
why
kill, bro.
Why are teachers
I don't know.
calling students and telling them gruesome details about what happened to their principal?
I had
That
no
doesn't make
idea.
sense
It's
either.
wild. It doesn't make, dude. A lot of this movie doesn't make sense, but it was a hit.
Don't think about it. We gotta stop thinking about it. This movie
I
is
know.
a gem.
I know.
Stop questioning
boy.
it.
Dude, it was literally if Scary Movie was never made, all of us probably years later would be like, look how funny and corny this is. Because it's
All
funny
right,
and
so
corny
look,
by
Horror movies
itself.
humble. That's what it is. Parody movies
Oh,
keep
my
movers
God.
humble. That's what it is. It's like,
Well,
you're not
CJ's
as good as you
got-
think you are.
That's how the real thing is. There's a doggy door in the garage.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying. What kind of architectural hell was with this house? The
Dude,
garage
that
is
has to
somehow
be
in
a
the
fire
back of the
hazard or
house.
something, dude.
There's a doggy door on the garage. This house looks weird in general. Who the fuck
You know what it
made
is? It's because
this
it's an
house?
old Victorian house that they built on. They built onto it later on, and you can see
right,
that
dude.
because
Oh
it's
my
not the same. It's not the same architecture.
We've been stuck
It's
on the
You
so
know
bad.
you know damn well they couldn't get flood insurance or any of that with that damn doggy door, bro. There was no fucking way.
Scream 8, we're going to find out that Stu's house is built on a burial ground. That's why everything happens there. That's why it's all
Pet
happening
Cemetery.
yeah.
Pet
What a
Cemetery.
crossover.
It's
What a
Poltergeist.
crossover
No, it's
between
Poltergeist,
Never would want.
right? Because they had the skeletons in the backyard, right? In Poltergeist,
Yep.
it's Poltergeist
Yeah, in the
Part
pools.
3.
That's
You
how
think it's still
everybody's
cheaper to
coming
buy
back to
real
life
skeletons?
in the next film. It's all at Stu's house.
Oh
so
my
come on.
god, Necromancer!
Yeah.
Lucas, close us out. Where do you got it ranked?
I have it as iconic. It's just because of the line that she drops, and that's literally it. It's the
Oh, the
Mr.
sequel
Ghostface,
line?
don't kill me. I want to be in the sequel. Like, yeah, that
Well,
that is
too
the
damn
one of the
bad.
lines of the movie. That is just a great line. It shows her character perfectly. It sets up the offing. You know, it really does everything for that scene. And honestly, I'm gonna be so for real. The kill or the offing is really not that impressive because I don't see
Gracias.
anybody really. I don't really see anybody, I guess, dying due to them getting like slightly squished by a closing an
It
No, a
sounds
opening.
garage
like you're
door can't do
talking
that. A
yourself
garage
out
door
of what you
can't do
just
that.
ranked
No,
it.
I'm not that. Listen. I'm keeping it iconic. I'm keeping it iconic.
Okay.
It's a very iconic kill. You know, it's one of those scenes that makes the movie. It really does. But it's just like, yeah, I find a lot of the dumb things in that scene to be very funny, and I enjoy them a lot. Is
So,
my
I
personal
got
take.
some. All right, so she's gonna finish out at almost iconic. I got a couple of comments here, and these are really gonna reign true. So, like Scott says, it's funny how things change from the '90s, how parties and drinking and watching movies is compared to stuff today. Those kids that left Stu's house to go see their principal's body, what are the chances they got there in time to muck up his body for the cops before the cops did? You know what? That's how it was raised for us Gen Xers. It's like, oh, you want to go see a body? Like it's in all the movies. It's in Boys in the Hood. It's in Stand By Me. Today would be the complete opposite. It'd be the complete opposite.
Yeah,
And
well,
then,
that's stupid. Why?
wanna
No
go
one
see a
could
dead
ever say
body?
yes to that
No.
answer to that question.
See, that's how it. That's
But
not
you don't
how
even have
it
to watch a
worked
horror
during
movie.
my
Just don't be a
time.
fucking idiot. What? If
That's
someone's
not how it
offering to
works.
show you a dead body, why are you ever gonna say yes to that question? That is the dumbest thing.
Danny, get
Oh
back
yeah,
on
you know
camera.
what?
Back
I'm
me up.
down for it.
That's how we
And then you
rolled
end
back
up
then.
next to him. Oh my
That's how we
god.
rolled back
Dude,
then.
okay,
That's
okay.
just so-
So
I'm sorry.
to
That's
be
so
fair,
non-common sense.
listen. To be fair, Dave is so right. Listen, I got a quick story. Me and my friend, okay,
Oh,
we were at
Jesus.
one of his parents' house. No, seriously, we were at one of his parents' house, and we're like, "Hey, do you want to go?" And he's like, "Let's just go explore the woods." My bro, when we went to the woods, there's a big gate fence that says "Danger! Don't cross the fence." And you know what we idiots did? We crossed the fence and we explored in the woods. It could have been bears. It could have been drug addicts. It could have been anything out there. It could have been Bigfoot for all we know. But that's how we rolled back in the day, man.
I mean, see, if it was
Now-
Bigfoot, I would have taken the chances.
Now I'm too chicken shit now to do it because every time I look back at all the dumb stuff we've done as kids, I'm like,
Why am I alive? What
yeah, I'm
the
like,
hell?
oh god, exactly. Dude, our rule was get in the house before the lights turned on. That was our only rule. Dude, we used to go hella far away from our house. As long as we got back before dark, we're like, yeah, we're not going to get in trouble. Like, we used to do some dumb shit. So,
And then
yes, Dave is
curfew
right.
for us kids- Yeah, curfew for us kids back then was during the summertime. All right, we'll see you at 1 o'clock. And you didn't have a car, you had a bicycle. So I see you at 1 o'clock.
Yep, dude, we
but
used to
yeah.
bike everywhere. Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, see, while my mom wouldn't agree with me doing it, that's basically how I lived. I lived like a goddamn Ninja Turtle for half my upbringing.
I
still live like a
remember
Ninja
falling
Turtle.
out-
I'm in my basement.
I fell out of a 20-foot pine tree. So yeah,
Andy got hit by
Yeah.
a car.
it was fine
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
fine.
look,
I'm fine.
Look,
I had
just
a
to
cat-
add
I had a
to
cat
our
song.
little generational gap here, so like before Columbine, like somebody brought a handgun in my school once, and he brought it in. It's like, hey, where's this guy at? Because they had a fight 2 days before. It's like, I
Oh, that's
don't know.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
I'll see you later. And I just walked the other way, and the guy just walked in with the handgun. Nobody got shot, but that's how it was back then. It was completely different. But Danny, you're up next if you're around. You got the next ranking here. And it is Mr.
Alrighty,
Kenny,
what we got?
the cameraman. Kenny the
Oh.
cameraman.
Oh man, that's a hard one. That's a hard one because for him to pop out and just gauge his throat like that, and it was like a full on, like that looked brutal. I'll put it in number 2. I'll put it in almost iconic. That one was rough because again, Sydney's there. You're thinking, Ghostface is just gonna attack Sydney, whatever. Dude goes outside, nobody's there. All of a sudden, as soon as he turns around and looks, and you just see his big gaping, like, God, and blood coming out. Incredible. And was it every time he was with Gail, he was always complaining, and Gail was just like, shut up and grow some nuts and all this other jazz.
Yep.
And then he gets unalived, which I think is hilarious that in part 2, there was a guy with a car who was like, fuck this. He dipped.
I know what happened to the last guy. It's not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be-
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I guess I'll put it almost iconic.
All right. I know why I would agree with you. I'll wait for me to go for that one. No, where you got it at?
I'm putting it at almost iconic for what Danny said, but also for things that he didn't mention, which was one, he also pops back up on the roof of the van. So like his death was drawn out, and Gail got to see that she got somebody else killed, which I think was part of the purpose. And I mean, she didn't care, see clearly. And 2, he did try. He did not have to try and like plan to save Randy and Sydney. He could have just been like, let's get the fuck out of here. But he thought about it, went to go for it, and then he died. So like, he went for it. He tried it, and that slice that was pretty brutal.
Mhm.
Very accurate. Good job.
The
Ghostface,
wrong
man.
time to remember that he was on a 30-second delay.
Yeah, that's how it works though, right? Like that would be so accurate. She's like, motherfucker. It's like, what? There's a delay, and then dead. Because that's how it'd be. Like you would be like, the worst possible moment is the time to remember. It's like, you son of a bitch. Just,
Mhm. All right.
That's a bad
Lucas?
thing a bad time though.
So
Oh
this is a
no.
tough one for me.
Oh no.
Because while
What did you say? I'm sorry. I was talking over you.
No, I was just saying this is a tough one for me. While I don't think the offing was personally anything special for me, I do think what happened after the offing, I think it was when Gail went back to the truck and then the body just right onto the windshield. I think that's what really made that. I think that's more what I remember.
Mhm.
That's more what I remember from that scene specifically.
You're
It's
You must
no,
be
it's
asked about your
something,
favorite scary
something
movie.
fell upstairs. I'm gonna have to check that out in a second. But no, I don't know if I would put it in almost iconic, maybe controversial, but I would say the body falling onto the windshield would make it almost iconic for me. The offing itself does not, but I would keep it at almost iconic for the reason.
I am
of after.
100% in agreement with you. It wasn't the actual act itself. It is the body coming down on the windshield that stole it for me. So I agree. I went almost iconic as well. CG's got
With
the
that
same
being
thing.
said, I'm gonna be right back.
All right.
BRB.
All right. So Danny, we got a question for you.
What
From
up?
Scott. All right, Danny. What would you be more afraid of? Out of the woods confronting a grizzly bear or a 9-foot tall, 500-pound Bigfoot?
Well, the fact that I know the grizzly bear is real, yeah, I would. Oh my God, grizzlies, bro! You don't want to mess with those. But Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Here's the deal: Bigfoot is like Mitch Hedberg said. I think Bigfoot is just a big blurry monster because every picture they take is just a blurry monster, dude. You never know. Bigfoot might be nice, and everyone's just trying to hunt him. He's like, I'm just trying to live, bro. Like, damn, you can make a friend
Just
like
ask
the Iron
Theodore
Giant.
Roosevelt.
Who knows? Just ask Theodore Roosevelt.
His name might be
Okay,
Harry.
he apparently saw him. He apparently saw Bigfoot on a game expedition with like other people, and he's like 18 or whatever. It's the craziest thing. We watched the show about it. It's so weird. Maybe Bigfoot's nice.
I don't know,
maybe he's
man.
not.
Yeah, maybe he's not. Who knows?
Maybe he's a friend. Maybe he wants a hug.
All I know is that my friend was more braver than I was. He was the one that talked me going into the woods. I'd be like, yo, you go talk to it and see what happens.
You wanted to be here. Like, this is all you, my guy.
This is all you, my dude.
Yep.
I slowly start to back away and let him become my chance of escape.
For real.
Continuing on our journey of stupid things Gen Xers did as kids. So
Yeah,
as a teenager, we
Greg.
used to have a wild bear come up to the back of my work, and we used to feed him out of our hands. So I was like, oh,
Of course you did.
there you go. You want a piece of
Of course
cake?
you did.
Let me
Hey,
pet you while
It's
you're eating the
just
cake
a
out
big
of my
puppy.
hand. Yeah.
Hell nah,
If
boy.
he takes the food and lets me
Big
pet it,
ass
it's a
brown
puppy.
bear.
I'm still a city boy, man, and us city boys, especially in Brooklyn, we don't do that. When you got rats the size of cats, you're like, hell nah, dude. We don't do nature like that, boy. Nope.
I was only up here a year and a half after moving out of Brooklyn. It's like, hey, let me go pet the bear. Why not?
Yeah, Dave. Nope. That's
It's
a
a new
hard
friend.
no.
It's a new friend. You don't understand.
My skin is too brown. I'm too Latin for that stuff, man. Hell nah. Nope. I would definitely survive a horror movie. Nope.
All right, so Noah, that brings us to a big one here. That brings us to Stu.
I don't like the way that Danny's staring at me like I'm looking at it. There's really only one place for you to put it, which would have to be controversial.
Thank you.
Because, okay, so let's say hypothetically the TV did kill him. One, those TVs don't do that. They don't blow up. They'll combust because they have like some sort of gas in them. I've taken one apart before. So like they'll kind of like do like a little air or whatever. But that's not gonna happen. And also, how many videos have we seen like in like highlights, compilation videos on YouTube of babies having TVs fall on them and then be okay? That is bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah, sure. Fucking God. Ignore him. Ignore him. Turn on the lights. Turn on the lights. There you go.
It's like red versus blue all over again.
Yeah.
There was a blue one at GameStop. There's a blue one over there. It's just $80. Yeah, so I mean, the TV shouldn't be able to kill someone. It's really not possible unless it like just the glass shattered, which by the way, they don't break. They do, ladies and gentlemen, they do not break. I have dismantled a box TV and I dropped it on pavement. It does not break. It didn't even crack. It's like a
Nokia.
So like honestly, it honestly probably just knocked him out and then rolled off his head. That would have made the most sense. I think he's alive, just based off of logic. Granted, garage doors cannot lift people. However, I digress. There's safety mechanisms in place. But yeah, it's a controversial because we don't even know if he's dead. Well, I mean, we'll see in 7. We'll see in 7.
He's not. Yep. Yeah. So while we wait for Lukas to come back, I'm gonna do some shameless self-promoting. So if you go find the Popcorn Theory with Stu in there, we talk about there being over 100,000 people having TVs falling on their head over a 10-year span, and anybody in Stu's age range did not die. And then, as Noah was saying it, we have a marathon that Ghostface talks through all 6 movies, giving you the clues in every single film on why Stu is alive. And we cover and we have video footage of somebody in there taking a baseball bat to the front of a tube TV and it not breaking. Then having them toss it over from the height that Stu had the TV fall on his head, and it did not break, and it fell onto solid concrete. So in Scream 6, when we see that giant gaping hole that's in that TV, that is certainly not from his head, and that is all cover up. That is certainly cover up
Rich
of his
family.
death. Yep,
Rich family.
rich family. So I'm going with controversial as well. Danny, how about you?
It is the most controversial thing amongst all of Scream fans because there you have the Stu is unalive, then he's dead, and then you have the other ones that's like, no, he's not, right? Yeah, he's like just like Lukas right now. But honestly, it's definitely the most controversial one because even though Kirby has him marked as dead, she works for the FBI. If he's in witness protection program, then he's not dead. Again, the whole knife swipe in Scream 5 after Dewey dies, right? I mean, they never do it. But again, Amber never did it, and Richie never did it any other time. But that was Stu's iconic knife wipe, even to the point that they do it in Five Nights at Freddy's, right? So it's one of those things that it has to be controversial. Now, would it be in the iconic moment? Sure, after the whole scene of like Billy and Stu stabbing each other and the build up and that the villains finally get what they deserve. Sure. But no, it definitely has to be in the controversial, man, because we're definitely going to find out if this is some AI bullshit or whatever. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, it sounds like the remake of The Invisible Man is going to be absolute dog shit to me. They should have just left it alone. I don't know. So,
Are we talking about Stu?
Yeah, we're talking about Stu.
We all got it
Fair
at
enough.
controversial.
Yeah, I'll keep it there as well. I think it, but my reasoning, I think it's more just controversial, just because one, they're bringing him back, so technically it's not really an well, technically for now it's not really an unaliving since he's been cast. He's going to be in the 7th movie. We don't know if he's alive or dead, but the fact that he's
Dewey's back and everybody, Billy's back.
I'm calling right now. This is a multiverse Stu. Just calling it a multiverse Stu.
Dude, it's Stu C-137.
Dude, but I'm telling you, it's just like Dave said last time, and me and Dave agreed on this hardcore. We had Sydney haunted by her past already in the 3rd one, seeing shit and all this other. We don't need it. We don't need it. Again, if it's Sam, cool. But when it's Sydney, it does not make sense. We passed that already. And then, listen, this is why it doesn't make sense either. Like, just hear me out. Sydney, Scream 4, 5, and technically over in the other state in 6, right? It doesn't make sense to regress her character. It doesn't. Because she was super hardcore in the 5th one. Again, I'm Sydney Prescott. Of course I have a gun. She is tough as nails right now, dude. There is no way. There's no way. But I think what we're getting at even better, like Dave said, is I hate to say this, and so did Pretty Kitty, I guess. Dude, if they take Sydney's kids and she has to go to Stu to be the Hannibal Lecter, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Yep. I'm taking a sip.
I don't know. I think if they wanted to go
Chris.
the route of
Hellos.
Oh, my camera just went.
Back in jail, buddy.
I guess I'll finish my thought this way. Oh, thank you. I guess if they wanted to go the route of like, oh, Sydney's seeing things, it could be a thing of, instead of it being like just in her head like it was previously, this way they're like actually materializing it with these AI images or whatever. I don't know if obviously I don't think anybody would like that. I personally
What do they use robots from iRobot now?
I feel like that could be
They're
a
drones
portrayal of that storyline for her. I don't know. That's just me though.
In Scream.
Dude, even if it was a projection, what is that? What is that game? Apex, like that person that has the little projection thing. That is, it's gonna be dumb, dude. There's so many ways you could do this with AI without having. You can do this so much with AI to make it make sense. But what my point is this is that the way Scream is going, period, that AI shit needs to go out the window. It's not going to work for what you have with Sydney. Sydney's gonna know, like, all right, something's up. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What is she gonna do? She's gonna become Batman. I'm gonna play a detective. I gotta find out
The
why.
only thing I can think of is like instead of tormenting Sydney, they're just tormenting Sydney's kids, and then she starts hearing about it. But that's really all I can think about. So I don't know.
Uncle
this
Stu
movie's gonna
said
be-
hello.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Oh, I can.
Ugh.
All
Guys,
right.
I feel it now. I feel my ass getting out of a chair and leaving on that day.
That's it. I'm doing it.
No, I meant when we watched the movie.
I mean, now just talking about it. Ugh.
Yeah, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. I can't really get up, so I don't think I'll have to take that shot.
big.
I'll have to like
I'm
fall
back.
out of my chair sideways.
All right.
Oh, I got you.
We gotta move on.
All right. So Lucas, that brings us to you. You got Billy's. You close us up.
I don't know. Billy, yeah, it's one of those. It's the big climax of the film. It's the big, everything is now going to be neatly wrapped up, yada yada bullshit. I personally am not a fan of the way that they did it. I think it would have been better if Sydney didn't shoot him. I think it would have been better if she stabbed him, kind of like if they were to do like a Sam thing for Sydney. But that's just that, that's what I think would be better. But it's past. It's already happened. I would say almost iconic because it was not the death in the movie that or at least like the final death in the movie that I really cared about. Honestly, I cared more about Stu possibly dying than Billy. So that was more my thing. But yeah, almost iconic is where I'd have that. It's just not.
Yeah, we're on the Stu train here.
Yeah, the Stu train keeps a chugging.
I can agree with almost iconic. If we look at our iconic unaliving moment, and then if we think about the build-up for the scene, it wasn't really the build-up to his moment where he's unalived. It was the whole monologue before it, the kitchen scene, everything before that was fantastic. And then
he technically died 3 times.
Yeah.
So,
so many fake outs.
I think
so many fake outs.
what was more iconic about that scene was the Randy and Sydney speech during and afterwards. That was the most iconic thing of that scene. So I have it all as almost iconic too. Danny, how about you?
I'm gonna mix things up. You better put Stu and Billy in fucking trash, dog. How are they gonna do my boys like that? How are they gonna do my boys like that? Seriously, that, like you said, with all the build-up, with everything else, how are you gonna kill them off just like that? Too easy, man. It was way too easy.
What the
Okay,
fuck are you
Grandpa.
talking about?
Both of them, the way they went out, we're judging unaliving, son. Both of them are in the trash bin. Like, why? Again, like you said, you had this iconic monologue, iconic speeches all of a sudden, and then you literally drop a TV on this dude's head, and then bang. There was nothing.
Yeah, he literally did he did the classic, like, I'm gonna try and like just jump scare you real quick around the corner. And then he got shot.
Dude, like here, you know what? CG, that's right. Heal Danny in this.
He's rage baiting. He's rage baiting right now.
Heal Danny.
There's no way.
Right here, baby.
You
I gotta
even
agree.
agreed though that him getting shot in the head was a stupid way to die.
Let me tell you something. Being the Intercontinental Champion of the world, you need to go out even more.
I think I'm gonna have a
I'm
drink.
so glad it
That was the
so glad I got
shittiest thing in the world. You want to be the cream? Remember, the cream rises to the top. Ah, man, no, seriously, man. Because think about it. The best thing, honestly, though, for me personally, is when Sydney started wearing Ghostface against them. Dude, could you imagine they're locked up, right? And then at the end of it, he gets a call. And it's just like, hello, Billy. Are you fucking serious? To get that shit turned around on him? Oh,
He did get a call.
Yeah,
He did
in
get
the
a call.
house. Yeah, and then she came out as Ghostface for 2 seconds. That would have been way better. Come on, man. I don't know. I didn't like how he died out like that, for real. Or like, again, Because especially like you said, Dave, they were going to do the boyfriend trope again in the second one. Why not just have him come back? Why not just have him come back in the second one? And him and his mom would make more sense than what's his breath.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Now that you said that, I think I genuinely would have liked Nancy Loomis more as a character if it was a
mother son.
I think
mother son duo, and he comes back like,
come on, man. Come on, man.
Wow.
Telling you.
Opportunity. What a missed
huge. Especially when you're playing with the idea, hey, let's do like part one and have the boyfriend again. But the only reason why they changed it was because everyone hated that idea. But bringing Billy back? Are you fucking for real right now? That would make everyone lose their fucking shit at the end of part two.
Yeah, I think if they made it so that, oh, dude, like, because even if they played it so where it was like Nancy Loomis was trying to get on good terms with Sydney because she wants to make amends for what her son did, and then at the end, that's when you find out Nancy Loomis is one of the Ghostfaces, and she says, "I did this all for him," and Billy fucking steps out of the fucking auditorium.
Yep,
like,
dude,
come on,
oh, beautiful, beautiful. Come on, dude.
Feed me
what if aside though? I can't see.
Chef's fucking kiss right there, dude.
Yeah, that it. Yeah, I didn't even cast my vote yet, so I don't have to drink for changing it because I will now. I agree with Danny. I'll call it. We somehow just created such an amazing new storyline. We fixed Nancy's fucking character, even though people don't hate her character for some reason. We fixed that motherfucker's character. I also didn't like the fact that he got shot. He didn't get shot anyway. Like, I didn't like that he got shot in the first place. I thought that was stupid. And he died 3 times.
Everybody, Crystal Head.
And like
vodka.
I said, I preferred stew anyways. I'm a stew man. I'm down with the stew.
Yeah, the stew train keeps chugging. It truly do.
Yeah.
Yo, for real, hit him with
I can hear the
CG, you want to buy a car? CG, you want to buy a car, Doug? I got a car for you, bro.
That's crazy.
Oh boy, I can't. I'm looking at this list.
Let's go.
I love how we led from the Macho Man Danny Savage to this, and now we have basically 2 people that have changed their votes because I also kind of agree with Danny on this one.
Yo, let's go!
It's kind of crazy how much I actually do. Like, my mind has changed.
Oh my god, it's a slobber knocker!
Let's
oh,
go!
Really
oh my god!
The Exodus booth! Let's go!
Cheers for the
Let's go!
Oh,
my almost iconic is keeping it out of the fucking trash. Oh my god.
Man, can you tell WrestleMania season is upon us? Holy shit.
And WrestleMania, listen, Orlando placed a bid for WrestleMania to come here. That's all I'm saying. Came out of nowhere, baby. Woo!
Oh, that last one brought it.
Hold on. I gotta do it. Yeah. Woo!
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Somebody bring this old Ed to the bar.
Alrighty, let's go to the final ranking here. Let's go to the final ranking here. So Casey stays at number 1, most iconic of all time. Let's look at our almost iconics. I'm just going to say real quick, I think it's going to be this order. Tatum, Kenny, and then Steven. That's what I'm thinking almost iconic should rank out as.
I disagree.
Okay. Well, you got it.
Steve is probably the most almost iconic. I think we put him at number 1 for almost iconic.
All right.
Guys, I'm 5 shots in.
We all agreed that the only reason he wasn't iconic was because of Casey's death.
I'm begging.
Yeah,
I'll
leave it at that, just because we got to make fun of Tatum's death so much that it just makes it so funny now.
All right, Danny, where you got it at? Before Lucas throws it
all right. I got it, but now since Stu is in meh, you better put the Fonz all the way at the bottom, dog. That's all I'm saying. You better put the Fonzie all the way back on the.
It's too late.
You said where do I have it at?
Fonzarelli.
Almost iconic.
Almost
iconic. I would put what's his breath? I'd put the reporter
Kenny?
over. Yeah, I would put Kenny over what's her breath. Yeah, Dewey's sister. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I have to take a drink because I forgot their names.
What the fuck? What did I just see? No, put that shit back. What the fuck? No, never in a million years. Tatum over the fucking camera guy any day.
Absolutely not.
Well, that's
absolutely
3 for
not.
Tatum. That's 3 for Tatum over this. So there we go. That's our final ranking there.
That
All
hurt.
right. Look at this. Look at this. Principal Himbry is over Billy and Stu.
He should be in the bottom now. All the way at the bottom. All the way at the bottom. You can do it. You can do it, Dave. Let's do it. Come on.
How did he make it so high up? Why is he in controversy? Oh, because you fucking put him at iconic.
Yeah, you fucking put an iconic, Lucas. Fucker.
Yeah, and that's what's saving him, baby.
Put him in the bottom. Put him in the trash where he belongs.
Oh wait,
I'm changing my vote.
You have the power. You have the power. Yes, he can put his money in the bank, Dave. He never changed anything.
He may have the power.
Put him down. Put him down.
Dave is an honest man.
No one's changing it. Put him down. Put him down. Put him down. He's cashing in, baby. Let's go.
You don't want to fall into peer
He drops
pressure.
the med now. He drops the med.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but we can't realistically have Stu's death under Himbry's. Like really?
I'm finishing off what I have left.
I don't know. I still think Stu should be in controversial because he's controversial. I think that was the whole point.
Everybody voted for him for being trash. What are you talking about?
I said Billy. I said Billy. Only Billy I agreed with.
I cashed my money in the bank and put him in trash. That's why he. That's why he dropped.
I didn't change mine either. I put him at controversial as well. What are you talking about?
I was the one that changed it. I cashed my money in the bank for fucking trash. That's why he bumped down to meh.
Oh, then look, that's where it goes. Then it goes to controversial.
I love
we can keep it controversial. No, we can keep it controversial.
Where did the WWE kick come from? Where did this come from, man?
What's the Macho Man? Once the Macho Man came in.
All right,
dude. Next time someone gets a phone call from Ghostface, it's gonna be like,
listen, everybody. I think almost.
So tell me, what's your favorite scary movie? Tell me, Sydney, have you ever faced an Intercontinental Champion before?
Take another one. I'm not leaving because I can't take another.
As soon as someone runs, listen. As soon as someone runs and they get to the locked door, he's gonna do the whole thing from Spider-Man. You ain't going.
You got 3 minutes.
I got you for 3 minutes.
That's 3 minutes of playtime.
Danny, there you go, Danny. We had somebody. Take a look at this comment, Danny, from Thomas.
Let's go.
The WWE.
But the second Lucas brings out his old Wolverine action figure, it's no comics on the horror live stream.
Oh my god, dude!
All right, so
the face behind me. Oh my god, just scared the shit out of me. Just a flash of a face behind you, Lucas.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Because there's people behind you. There's people behind you, Lucas.
No, there aren't.
Did you guys see it? Did anybody see it? Please tell me somebody saw
Put
it.
in the comments if you saw the ghost.
Right there. There's a face right there on the couch.
Yeah, on the right side. Yeah,
you can see
right
her.
there, yeah.
Oh my
yes,
god!
you can see her.
Oh my god!
I didn't know she was in frame. I couldn't see
that is some Blair Witch shit right there, dog.
Left corner. I would have understood you, but you said behind me.
All righty. So look, there's our final rankings.
We're going off the rails.
There's our final rankings here. We do have a question.
Where are we putting? Did we decide on where Himbry's going, in front of or behind?
No, he should definitely be in the trash. He should be in the trash. We were just being dicks. He should be in the trash. Like, all right.
Yep. So we know he's going behind. So let's take a look. We have a question here. Let me see. Let me find it real quick. What do you think of an idea of a black actor being Ghostface in a future Scream movie?
Yeah.
I don't think the
Why
color
not?
of the Ghostface. I don't think it really matters. It's kind of
Thank
like if there's a female Ghostface, it doesn't really matter.
It
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
hate Nancy Loomis because she's a woman. I hate Nancy Loomis because she's a shitty mother.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
dude, it's-
that's like with I think Mikey Madison. She's half Asian, so it's like, oh my god, it's not first half Asian. It's like, who cares?
Oh
Just
my
give me a
God,
good
who
Ghostface
cares?
and I'm happy. Yep.
As
I
long,
will say,
listen, as long
she
as they're a
she was
great actor,
behind, like, yeah.
as
I don't
long as
give a
they're a
fuck.
great actor, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, I hate to be this guy, but man, I'm tired of like, what do you think of this woman or this thing? And it's like, dude, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as it's a good story and a good actor or actress, it doesn't matter. As long as the movie is good, doesn't matter.
Yep. And
Dude, you can have like
Ghostface.
you can have an army of Ghostface, and every single one of
Yeah.
them are black. It doesn't matter, man. As long as they're all
if
good
we're-
and it makes sense to the story, doesn't matter.
And we're talking about if we're talking about it realistically, if we all believe in the Ghostface cult, just like Joe Hendry, we all believe in the Ghostface cult. We can't believe that there's no black Ghostface a part of the cult to begin with. So, I
Dude,
understand. I do understand the question.
if they made Randy's nephew and niece the next Ghostfaces, I'd be okay with that.
Oh my God,
It's
the false
redemption.
intel was intentional, and that's why.
Exactly.
Oh!
Let's
I
go,
really
Danny Vega.
biffed it with
Danny
that
Vega
one.
to
Really
listen.
messed up
Danny
that
Vega
one.
to revive the next Scream franchise.
Dude, why is
Danny
Chad
Vega
making
for
all these knife
director.
wounds?
Let's go.
Why is Chad making it through all these stabbings, dude? How's he making it
Let's
through?
go. Danny
Chad
Vega for the
is-
next director
Chad-
of all the Scream
Right.
franchises. Hell yeah.
Who is it? Spyglass or who is they in charge of? Watch the podcast. We're fucking spoon feeding
Yep.
you. Shit. Ah.
Danny Vega for the next director, dog. Let's go.
All right.
Oh my.
Yep.
You can find a random person at any random job, and they make a better idea for the film than what they're doing right now.
That's what we
Alright.
were saying, Kristen. Yeah, it wasn't too much of a fan of Scream 2 because Billy's mom made sense, but Mickey, yeah. So, like me and Dave mentioned earlier, we had this conversation before many times. Is that originally the original script was supposed to be Sydney's boyfriend, and then wasn't it her sorority friend, right, Dave?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So people didn't like it when it leaked online, so they changed it at the last minute. But like we just said earlier today, if Billy survived, right? Let's say Sydney stabs him, she didn't shoot him, and he survived, and he was the next ghost. Everyone thought he was dead, but he was Ghostface that came back with his mom. Oh, that would have made even more sense, and it would have been way better than what we got.
I honestly think it would have made the ending to Scream 1 kind of better because like they always come back for one final scare and then
Thank
they just stand
you!
there, oh, I guess it's not gonna happen, and then that's the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about, dog. That's
It's because he was alive and he fucking heard it. He's like, Randy really saved me with that one. Too bad he couldn't save himself.
Oh, and Billy was the one that finally offed him. Hello, yes.
I so wish the one
Yes!
Where's the
show.
time machine?
Yes!
Where's the time machine?
Yes!
This is what we need a time machine for. Come on.
Yes.
I so wish our what if
Oh, we're
show.
doing Daniel chants now?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
so wish the what if show took off on the channel where we can go through these things and talk about, hey, what if this happened, and then explore it. But nobody watched those videos. I'm kind of disappointed.
Well, I
This
mean,
would
now
be
you have
fun
an
to explore.
animator. So
Yeah. Let's go.
And
Let's
a lot of
go.
people
Alright.
aggressively yelling
Let's
about
go.
opinions. So,
yeah.
oh,
Yeet.
All right.
Yeet.
Yeah, all right. All right.
no,
now-
All right.
no, Lucas, you
So
don't
just-
get to say anything. You don't watch wrestling.
So
I'll
just
watch
to
every
touch
now
on
and
this really quick, like, yes, Scott, like when you come to us and talk to us about this stuff, we're not going to get offended by it. We're going to listen
Yeah,
to it
absolutely not.
logically and answer it logically. So don't have to worry
Absolutely.
about that.
Yeah, and you know
well-
what? Obviously, we don't want to talk about other people, but dude, you know, like Dave said, this is total logic, and as long as it makes sense in the movie, my bro, doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter as long as it's a really, really good movie.
Have you been entertained? That's what it comes down to at the end of the movie.
There we go. I love it.
No, literally.
All right.
It-
So who do
yeah.
you think is the scariest female Ghostface, Mrs. Loomis?
Jill, hands down. Jill, hands down.
yeah, Jill. Man,
Dude.
well, I don't know. Maybe
Amber
Amber.
Close
What?
Amber
Amber
is a
Close
very
What?
second.
No,
Second.
absolutely
Amber is a close
not.
second.
Amber
Amber
is
is a close
no.
second.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say close. No, dude. No, how can you off your own family member just because you were jealous she was getting more attention? That's some
She put
crazy
herself through a fucking
shit.
coffee table.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Dude, that was some crazy shit. There's no way.
Psychopath.
Dude,
That was
absolute
the
psychopath.
only reason.
It's not
She was
even
crazy.
close. It was not even close, my bro. Not even close.
We're gonna have to
Amber
have
was the
this
rehash of what
conversation
Jill
next
was.
month. Like, look, we're gonna have to have this conversation next month where we rearrange Ghostface pairings because I think if you put Amber and Jill together,
Oh yeah,
nobody
actually, that'd be fun.
survives. Amber
actually
and
would.
Jill nobody
no.
survives those two.
No.
Nobody.
Wait. Again, we don't agree that Amber killed Dewey, so no.
Yeah,
No.
because we still think that Dewey was killed by Stu. Stewie killed.
Thank
Dewey.
you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's
I don't
no
know.
way. Dude,
No,
Amber
like if-
Amber was somebody. Dude, Amber with Roman, because how Roman was wrote out on paper. Like I said, they didn't execute him well in the movie, but how he was written out, my bro, if Roman and Jill were together, no one survived. Nobody. If he was the
That would have been
freaking
a
chess
great family
player,
reunion.
oh, dude,
Another
absolutely.
person should have gotten shot in the head.
There we go. Dude, Roman and Jill should have been the duo, bro. The family versus family. Oh, goddamn, you Noah. What a great fucking pitch. Oh, amazing. We got demonetized a long time ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we all do too here, obviously on this podcast.
Sponsors.
So,
Hey guys, hey, we're a great group of guys.
We're ranking kills. Like honestly, we're ranking kills.
we all need
What does that
therapy.
tell you?
And you know what's funny? All of us had therapy tonight, right here. Yeah.
I had a little bit of mixed therapy. I had 2 therapy sessions rolled up into one.
Craziest Jill, scariest Amber, sexiest Jill. Jesus Christ. I can't disagree with you, Tom. I can't disagree with you, brother.
All right, so this was a fun episode.
Nah,
next
sexiest
week-
killer is obviously Stu, and I will not hear the slander of anything else.
What?
Dude, honestly, I think there's
Not
gonna be
even
lot
as
of
a
people
joke.
Yeah, I think that probably takes it.
Not
All
even
the
as a
Stu
joke.
All right.
lovers
So
out
we got.
there-
You know what? We got to do a poll then. We got to do a poll. Jill versus Stu. Who's the sexiest
shit.
Ghostface?
All right.
All right,
Dude.
we'll throw that up on the
Guys,
YouTube
you know
channel.
it. Guys, you don't even
Yeah,
have
we'll
to. You
throw
don't even
that
have
up on
to
the YouTube
vote,
channel.
but you should vote. 'Cause
You
it's
should
Stu.
vote so we can see.
All right, you guys keep talking. I am going to go put that up on the channel right now.
We're
This is
Yeah.
such a weird. This is a
Plead
weird
your
episode.
case.
Noah.
Yeah, we already got
Noah.
one. We already got one for Stu.
We got one for Stu already? Hold on. Wait. Let me see these chats here. Kristen, Stu, okay. Anybody else? Bueller. Anybody else in the chat? Anyone
Wait,
else
Kiki,
in the
real quick,
chat?
Stu or Jill? Who's
There's
sexiest?
7 people in the chat. Anybody
what
in the
to
chat?
say,
Who's
Kiki.
sexier, Stu or Jill, baby? Put it in the chat. Tom playing devil's advocate over here.
Fuck up.
Tom is
He just
playing
doesn't want to
devil's
admit it.
advocate.
He doesn't want to
Oh my
admit it.
god.
He doesn't want to admit
So,
it. He agrees.
oh my god,
He agrees.
that is beautiful. That is
Listen,
beautiful. Okay,
these are
so
all
obviously
fair
we got
answers.
Christopher, Stu, we got Tom. That is so great. All right, CG.
All
All
right.
right, so it's 2-1. 2-1 in the chat, baby. Who else?
Boy, here we go.
We got 6
All right.
people in the chat.
We are going to
Good on
come
you,
back
Kristen.
to this next week, but currently up on our YouTube page
Wait a second. You
is the
can't count.
poll. Who
You
is
can't
the
count.
sexier? Who is sexier, Still Marker or Jill Roberts? That is currently up on
It's
the
Stu.
page, so you guys can go ahead and vote on that, and then we will reveal the votes next week and who won that piece. So
I'm voting for
that'll be
every single one of my pages now.
Oh my god.
So
He's on a mission.
there it is. I will share my screen real quick. So if you go over to the community page, there is the poll. It is live, up and running. So we'll come back to this next week and see what those results are. So
People
I'll
who
throw it up on
didn't
the
watch the
Facebook
stream is
page,
gonna
too.
see this on Facebook. Like, what where is this?
You got to put. You
from?
forgot to put Ghostface. You got to put. Who's the sexier Ghostface, Dave?
I
let's
think
see.
once I hit my 3rd shot, that's when everything kind of started to derail.
He
The
doesn't
thought
even
I
know
process-
I'm
ain't measuring
not
shots. I'm
The
measuring
thought
gulps from the
processes-
bottle.
Just kind of like
I don't have any alcohol here, so you guys are better off than me. I'm 3 beers in, and I'm like, I could drink a whole bottle of wine by myself.
I will say this shit is basically rubbing alcohol. Yeah.
Good night, Mr. Thomas Clark.
What?
May
Put
you
it
have
on
sweet
the screen.
dreams of the
Put it
sexier
on the
Ghostface
screen.
too.
I'm not exiting the full screen.
All right, it's updated. I got the post updated. I'll throw it
Thank
up
you.
on Facebook later today and see what happens with that.
Let's
But
go.
all right, next week we will be doing the Unalive moments from Scream 2. So we're gonna go through each film and talk about each of the Unalive moments, and then we'll probably come back and talk about doing characters. But I think I have something in mind for us after we go through the films and we just rank the #1 films in all the heavy hitter franchise. Not the franchise itself, but Scream 1 versus Nightmare on Elm Street 1 versus Friday the 13th Part 1 and so forth. So we could take a little bit of a break from Scream after we do these next
Thomas
5
Clark, I
episodes.
respect you. I respect
If
you very much for that.
Halloween's even near that fucking list, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream.
Kristen, I have a whole hold on, Kristen. I have a whole beer fridge in my garage. I'm 3
He's
beers
covered, don't
in.
worry.
I have so much in my garage.
Yep. All right. So
I,
thank you everybody
thank you.
for joining us.
Comments. So everyone in the comments, it actually derailed when we got the Fonz iconic comment. That's where it derailed.
Yeah.
It derailed at that very
To
moment.
be fair, I'm pretty sure I was in my 3rd shot. I don't know. I can't remember.
Just to give everybody a preview of where we're heading next week, Lukas had Mickey as a fucking joke when we rank Ghostfaces.
Yes,
So,
he did.
The next episode is probably going to be pretty heated.
Wild.
I'm
I
gonna
have to
be
get more. I have to
sloshed.
get more alcohol.
Yeah, I'm out too. This episode finished off what I have. So, yeah.
There's a good chance for everybody.
I'll make
They
sure to have.
They said it couldn't be done.
Canter.
I'll make sure to have either some alcohol or some wine for my next thing. We got it.
All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe to both channels. We will see you next week. Thank you for joining us.
Peace.
Do we
Lawrence.
think we should put a disclaimer that we're not promoting drinking habits? 'Cause it
Yeah,
seems
no,
like
no,
that's what we're
hey.
doing.
In the
Hey,
rules.
everybody.
My name is Danny V, and I approve this message.
No, we don't. No. We're not approving overused drinking habits.
I do.
Let's move on.